This is what I said about what was going to happen to New York City, that they were going to try to replace, um, that they were going to, defund the police by a large amount of money. Okay, while they stay in power, while they have their own private security. This is all by design. Okay, this is how it is. With these people in power. On the left, this is what they want to do. This is craziness. All right. Maya Wiley wants to defund the NYPD while our home is protected by private security patrol. You see how they think? They're still going to try and do it again. Okay. The whole place goes to chaos while they're in their nice, comfy homes protected with security until, once again, crime starts coming to their doorstep or hurts their spouse. Then they want to be like, okay, we will, we'll stop the defund the police for now. Democratic mayoral candidate Maya Wiley wants to cut $1 billion from the NYPD's budget. At the same time, her home is protected by a private security patrol in her Brooklyn neighborhood. While on Sunday clashed with rival Eric Adams over her plan to defund police if elected, claimed in December that she thought the private security was ridiculous, that we shouldn't have it. What? But she said her life partner, Harlan Mandel, began paying the annual fees without her knowledge to the Prospect Park South Charitable Trust to fund a guard who drives around the area. Your husband has more sense than you. Your life partner, I'm sorry, has more sense than you. Also, life partner, so he's not married to you. So he's he's even smarter in that regard too. An outraged NYPD source called Wiley's stance regarding the police budget insane, asinine, and accused her of pandering votes. Here they are wanting to defund the police, but to keep my family safe, we hire private security, which is probably staffed by retired cops or military, the source said. Cops laugh about it all the time. Cops know when they retire, they will get hired by someone like Wiley. Official NYPD statistics show that the 70th precinct, where Wiley and Amanda live with their two daughters in a sprawling historic home valued at $2.7 million, has seen major crimes decrease in 6 of 7 categories this year through May 30th compared to the same period last year. But in the adjacent 67th precinct, serious crimes have increased in 4 of the 7 categories, with auto thefts up to 45.9%, rapes up to 18.2%, and felony assaults up 9% over the same period. One of Wiley's neighbors on Monday described refusing to pay for the security patrol, saying it reeks of entitlement. Exactly. This is what she's about. These crazy Democrats want oh, God. But another, Uda Kautman, called the patrols very helpful and said the guard has dispersed people for smoking weed on the corner, even though NYPD cops are under orders to let people puff away in public since the state legalized recreational marijuana in March. Neighbor Barbara Hoffman, whose partner David Langren is on the charitable trust board, said the guard is on duty from 4 p.m. to midnight, 7 days a week, and can be summoned to pick up residents from Church Avenue subway station if they feel unsafe. Langdon, who's been a board member since the 1980s, called the patrol a great thing that provides the comfort level and the perception of safety that particularly many of the older members of the community feel. About half of the neighbors' 200 households contribute to pay for the patrols, he said. In the height of the Black Lives Matter thing in the summer, there was a whole movement afoot to try and defund that. People who weren't even contributing were saying, "We don't do this," he said. But it was really kind of crazy. They were taking what they perceived to be somebody's idea. On that basis, they want to deprive people of the service. Another resident described calling the guard to roost a drunk gentleman in the bush the street because the police aren't the right people to call for someone like that because Black Lives Matter. He kind of just said, "Come on, buddy, let's go," the neighbor said of the guard. Meanwhile, during a campaign event in the Bronx, Wiley denounced the NYPD for busting at least 22 people on Saturday at Manhattan's Washington Square Park while enforcing a new 10 p.m. curfew imposed after a post exposed by rampant drug use and loud booze-fueled gatherings there. As we talk about what public safety means and what public safety looks like, I'll tell you what it looks like. Looks like smart policing, she said. It's not riot gear police officers showing up in Washington Square Park using bicycles and batons to clear a public space. Last year, Wiley, a former counsel to outgoing Mayor de Blasio, told Daily News columnist Harry Siegel that she and Mandel had paid for the private security patrol in the past for stopping at some unspecified time. But Mandel, CEO of nonprofit Media Development Investment Fund, later decided to pay for the security patrol on his own due to his experience of having badly been beaten during a 2001 mugging, Wiley said. That experience still has him too scared to walk on the area's sidewalks after dark, and he instead walks in the middle of the street, Wiley said. And he said on one night he was coming home from work and he saw the car at the end of the block, and it just made him feel better, he said. And so he started paying again, and then I had a very hard time saying, don't do it. It's not necessarily rational, but it's his trauma response. So it's complicated one for our family. Wiley also noted that in the 20 years they lived in this Prospect Park South, she's only aware of one other mugging on the block. The NYPD said no arrests were ever made in the assault on Mandel, who a witness said was attacked from behind by four males on October 5th, 2001, while he was walking north on Buckingham Road, here Church Avenue. Mandel suffered a cut to the nose, a broken tooth, and had no memory of the incident and didn't know if he was robbed. Wiley's campaign on Monday said she stood by her remarks last year but declined to comment further. Wiley has clashed with fellow mayor candidate Eric Adams on the issue of defunding NYPD. I hope Eric Adams win. I hope people go out and vote for him. I really do, because this is crazy. This woman is completely lost her mind. On Sunday, Adams, a former NYPD captain turned Brooklyn borough president, said shot amid the city's crime wave, and predicted that Wiley's plan to shift $1 billion from NYPD to city schools could be dangerous to our children and our families. And a day earlier, Adams responded to Wiley's endorsement by U.S. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, by saying they both want to slash police department budget and shrink the police force at a time when black and brown babies are being shot in our streets. Oh boy, this is the same person who couldn't go and fix her grandmother's house in Puerto Rico. This is yet she made the same Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. At a competing campaign event, Wiley likened Adams' remarks to those of Fox News host Tucker Carlson. It sounded like the kind of talking points that is actually going to send us backward into discrimination, humiliation, and trauma. That was not smart policing. It was unconstitutional policing, she said. This woman is, the elevator doesn't go all the way upstairs with this woman. And they have a plan. This is just a plan to bring chaos. They're trying to bring chaos. And they're trying to get people to actually lose their brains and not think that slashing the NYPD budget by $1 billion is a good idea. They're trying to have them think it's a good idea when it's not. New York City is very dangerous without the police. She has her private security. All I can say, anybody with a brain is going to vote for Eric Adams. Defund the police is a political football to be kicked in these debates. My bigger issue is with her is that she's an MSNBC Obama shrill who put other groups' interests above. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. She's going to do the same thing as Obama, not really put at the forefront, even though black people voted for Obama. I feel bad for Obama at the time, but after that, it's like, nah. It's crazy, but people with a brain are going to vote for Eric Adams. They're not going to vote for this woman. They are not. This woman is crazy. She is not all the way wrapped too tight, and she wants to watch New York City burn while she's safe with her nice paid security detail. Tell me what you think in the comments. Who are you going to vote for after hearing this nonsense? Like, share, comment, subscribe. Later.